Here we go, do that really well-known shot where you do a 360 pointing it at someone, but we're going to use it to see how well this gimbal actually can stick to something while I'm doing little 360s underneath it. So, putting cameras like this on a gimbal has always been a massive problem because they're just too big and too heavy. So, I just got sent this from Zhiyun. It's the Crane S3 and apparently can hold all of this. So, let's give it a go. I'm going to start off by unboxing it. Okay, so let's see what we actually get inside the box. Ooh, nice carry bag. Actually, it's not very heavy at all. It's really light. There's two latches. You pull it and you open it up. Gimbals always kind of come looking very similar. So we'll pop this out. Oh, so it's actually pretty heavy, but it seems really strong. It doesn't seem flimsy at all. So that's what it is at its base level. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got this handle that goes in, clamp it, and lock it into place. Okay. Well, I've not seen a gimbal this shape before. So these here are all 9.36 watt milliamp hours or something, but that just means it's going to power this well. Now you can get additional battery packs for this. Base plate, you actually get extenders so that you actually can attach a focus wheel or something like that onto it. Look at the sweat. It's Vegas right now and it's really hot. So I've got some sweat going on just here. Okay, so let's do this next part of it. Aha, this is the key. Okay, so this is the gimbal, all locked off, doesn't seem to move anywhere. Now this bit here is the key that is actually making this gimbal really special, this small little bit here. So usually, if I was to take this gimbal from this position here and put this camera on it, you can see there's absolutely no way that that's ever going to fit onto this gimbal because I'm hitting this back with this bit here. So I actually need to extend this arm all the way out. And that's what this is going to do. It's going to give me an extra like 2.5 inches, which I think is going to be enough place to extend this out. Lots of little tiny screws, so whenever you do this, don't just tip your screws everywhere. Just get these 3 different sized Allen keys. So you can actually run this gimbal without actually extending the arm out. Most people are probably going to do that. But what I'm excited about this gimbal is being able to use a bigger camera, because honestly, there's loads of gimbals out there for small cameras, loads of them, hundreds of them. And we have like 3 of them, and they're great, but we can never put this camera on a gimbal to the point that we do some shoots that should be on our cinema camera. It's the C200 is what that is. And we don't actually do it on there because we can't. So now we've extended this arm here. What we're going to do is get this camera attached to this gimbal and see if we can actually get it balanced and fully working. Okay, so we have it balanced. It took a bit of work because we put the biggest camera, well, I went really big and then I had to go a little bit smaller, but we've got a matte box on here, we've got a C200 with top handle and monitor and a V-mount battery and the 18-35-1.8 from Sigma, amazing lens, all on this. Now, let's turn it on. Great about this is there's all these little locks on it so that now everything will move. Before it wasn't moving. So now you can see it's all moving. And what I'm going to do, it's the first time, I'm going to turn it on like so. And then we're going to see what happens. We're on and we're balanced. We're going to pick, I have no idea how to pick this up because this is really heavy. Okay, so let's just make sure that it's balanced. That seems pretty good and balanced to me. It is really, really heavy, but that's because the rig that I put on it. So let's wheel this table to there, up, and then it's these little legs at the bottom. Blimey, this is really heavy. So I'm gonna aim it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do at this point. Okay, so this is how we hold it. Supposed to hold it like this. Oh my word, that is heavy. Okay, so it's really stable, but it's really heavy. Like really heavy. Flipping heck. And there's this button here, and I can rotate it like so. Woo! But I think the best mode, is this mode. So now I'm in briefcase mode, which means that it's nice and low. So now I can actually bring it up, record. That's pretty good. Let's put it in L mode. L mode. So now you can watch how stable it is. That's pretty damn stable, right? I can just rotate all day, and that camera's gonna stay exactly where I want it to stay. Open your feet up, come back this way, hold onto your feet, and then stand it up. What I'm actually gonna do, we're gonna make that really wide. We've got a lot of lights in here to light me, so I'm actually gonna pull this huge light out because we don't need it. I'm gonna pull this. Okay, look at that. Perfect cone. What I'm actually gonna do is point this up at the ceiling, like so. And now it's gonna give me this nice, even light. There you go, that's a lot better. I'm just gonna demonstrate really what this feels like. So this is the mode when you first pull it out, you end up standing like this with it, and it's a little jangly. Jangly, I think I made that word up. But then you aim it down, like so, and then you fold up your legs, and now you've kind of got the whole thing like this, okay? And it's heavy. There is no getting around it. It's really hard work. But that's because I put the heaviest camera on here. Now, I could have gone even heavier by putting a bigger lens on it. But if I stand it upright, like here, this feels pretty good. This here, I can film like this for a bit. Not for very long, like a minute, maybe 2. So you can see it's following around here. So you can see here, it's pretty stable actually. If I rest it on my leg, this is what I seem to want to be able to do, is actually rest it on my leg here so I can then twiddle with dials and knobs and things. I'm absolutely exhausted. So I'm gonna show you another few modes here. There's a couple of really cool ones. This is POV mode, okay? So what this mode does now is it goes, if I point up, it points up. If I point down, it actually follows it and goes down. And also, if I rotate it, can you see it actually, the camera itself does this rotation, like with me, which is pretty rare for, I'm gonna hold it close to you guys. So if I hold it here and actually rotate it, can you see the camera itself is actually rotating? That's POV, so that means that at this one, I can point it up and it follows up, point it down, it follows down, pan left, it pans left, pan right, pans right, and then it rotates. It actually curves right and left. So that's pretty cool. I kind of like that as a mode. This mode, which basically gives me a bit more, this is more like a standard gimbal now. So it'll move left and right with me, but it won't move up and down with me. So it'll keep that up and down axis wherever I set it. So it means like if I'm following somebody, like so if I come up to the camera, I can follow into the camera, spin it round, and then follow away, like so. Point it up. And you see, I'm actually holding this above my head. This is actually an easy position, like this. But you can see my bottom arms are wobbling because I'm getting tired. But you can see it's pretty good, and then I can control the camera up and down from this mode just here. Now, I think out of everything though, my favorite mode is gonna be this mode. This is what's called briefcase mode, because literally, if I stand, it's like I'm holding a briefcase. Now, it's not light. Even in this mode here, it is not light. It is still extremely heavy. But I can switch arms like so, or I can hold it in briefcase kind of in front of me, run around, lift up. So you can see I'll do that move again. If I run forward, I'm nice and low. Then I can scoot all the way up and have a nice high shot. And all the way back. I'll show that one again. I'm gonna go straight towards that camera there. So if you imagine I'm doing a nice low shot, wanna do a low to high, hold it with my left hand, push down with my right hand. I'm gonna come forward, nice and low. Then I'm gonna pan up, lift up the camera all the way up, and then end in a nice high position. Okay, so what we've done now, we're out on a shoot and I've actually rigged it up to its maximum to see if it's really usable. This is a C200. We have a V-mount battery on here. We've got the matte box on the front and the monitor. We've still got the top handle. The reason why I want the top handle on is because for me, I don't ever want to have to pack down my camera, then re-rig it, then unrig it between shoots. For me, it's all about ease of use. So what I should be able to do is drop this on the floor, take it off, and then shoot handheld. Let's say we're gonna do this quickly. We've just done a nice walking shot like this. This is good. Okay, then Rosie, hold it there. And then we wanna get a nice handheld shot of that. Now, this is what I really would want to do. So you open up this, you're gonna stand it on the floor, like so. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna power the gimbal down. So now what I can do is unlock the camera, slide the camera off, and now I'm straight away in handheld mode. What I can do now is I can grab my handheld shots like this and get all of this stuff, because sometimes you want to shoot handheld. I'm going to zoom in right here. Great, Rosie. She's looking beautiful today. So then I've shot all of this, and now I want to go get my gimbal shots again. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this camera. It's already set up, and I just drop it straight on. I find my balancing point in the middle, like so. You'll watch it spring into action. Springs into action, and now straight away, I can pick this camera back up. The easiest way is you go up like this, drop it into briefcase mode, tie up your legs at the bottom, and then I can bring it back up. And now, I mean, that was within seconds, I can be up and shooting on a gimbal with a camera that is this big. I gotta say, it's really impressive what these motors can do. Gotcha, okay, here we go. Good, 12. Good. Here we go, so we're gonna try that same shot higher. Here we go. Let's just see. Handle might be in the shot, but we're just gonna see what happens. The full 360 spin with 15 pounds of weight. Whoa! Ah! No idea if she's in shot, and it's heavy, but hey, let's see if it's stable. Normal mode, and down to briefcase mode. Okay, and then if I rotate, you see it's gonna follow. So this is L mode here. So this means that I can go left, I can go right, and I can go a long way with this. It can really, if I go in a circle, it's gonna keep the camera pointing where I was pointing it to. And it's gonna keep the whole thing completely level. What we've done is we've just switched over to a way smaller camera. This is the Canon EOS R. Obviously, it's gonna be fine on this gimbal. We've left the arm in because I really wanted to see if we can balance it. See, it's vibrating a little bit like this. So what I need to do now is I need to change the strength of the motors. So now I'll put it on medium low. That's just using the ZY Play app. It's super easy to use. So we're gonna give this a go and, oh my word. This is so light now. This is so light. Yes, you can put a big camera on it, but this here, like really, really strong motor. You can see, even if I wobble, the motor's gonna stay absolutely rock solid on this. Now I've got a smaller camera on here, I can actually put a cable onto this, and using this dial on the side, I can control the focus inside the camera. It actually runs the focus. So here we go. This is what it looks like using an EOS R. I mean, this is perfectly stabilized. Broad daylight, super harsh. This looks amazing. So this is somewhere that a gimbal can really shine. I'm shooting with a Canon EOS R here, and in HDR mode, you can't have any stabilization because it actually takes 2 shots right after each other. But because there's no stabilization in camera, now this is when you're gonna wanna use a gimbal. And this S3, this is amazing. So here we go, Rosie. Let's just go for a little walk. Wonderful. And then let's turn around to your left and walk back out to that car park. Yeah, good. And then do a little spin for me. And do a full spin in here. Keep going. Keep spinning. Great, awesome. So, let's be honest. Putting a big cinema camera on here, it can handle it. You can shoot with it, but you got to plan every shot meticulously, because after a minute or two, it's really hard work. Something like this, I could shoot for an entire day. So if you're shooting with the Sony a7S Mark III for your videos, or you're shooting with the Canon R5, or your 1DX, or a Panasonic's GH, all of those things, you'll fly on this all day long without a single issue whatsoever. This is amazing. And this handle comes off. So now I've just got this little thing here, easier to carry, smaller, and then this I can attach to other devices, and I can actually mimic what the camera does with just moving my hand. Right? I can just rotate all day, and that camera is going to stay exactly where I want it to stay.